In this video, we examine the four levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Levels are important for choosing a statistical test to connect variables to one another. The lowest level is nominal, which applies to categories that occur in no particular order. Biological gender is an example, male or female. The numeric value assigned for statistical analysis is arbitrary. Many researchers code male as 1 and female as 2, but the opposite would work equally well because they're not in any order. Nominal variables are exhaustive and mutually exclusive, meaning all cases get a category and no two categories overlap. With nominal variables, you cannot compute an average. The best you can do is report frequency percentages, like 40% male, 60% female. When categories can be arranged by order, then they become ordinal variables, like level of education, elementary, middle school, high school, college. In either case, rank-ordered and unordered categories are considered categorical variables, for which percentages are the best descriptive measure. If not categorical, then variables are considered continuous, like equally spaced values on a number line. As a result, you can compute a mean or median value to describe the typical case. The first such type is the interval level variable. Measurement is still ordered, but the spacing has greater precision. The second type is a special case interval variable that has a true 0 point, below which the variable makes no sense. This special case is the ratio level of measurement. Age is a good example. Number of hours spent watching TV is another. In choosing a statistical test, ratio variables have no real advantage over interval variables, but they are more easily understood. Someone who watches TV 9 hours watches 3 times as much TV as someone who watches only 3. By custom, variables with 5 or more levels are treated as interval level, though it could be argued they are pseudo-interval, lacking truly equal distances, like marks on a thermometer. The distinction is not all that important because Likert responses are universally treated as interval level. Strongly disagree is coded 1. At the other end, strongly agree is coded 5 if you're using a 5-point scale. Yes-no questions are nominal. Verbal frequency questions are interval level. For example, 1 equals never, 5 equals always, and variables in between. So why does it matter? If the dependent variable, which is considered the most important variable because it's the outcome variable, if it's a category, that is, a nominal variable, then the researcher must resort to less understandable statistical measures, like chi-square. A correlation, on the other hand, is fairly easy to understand. Correlations require 2 interval-level variables. If they correlate in a Pearson test where r equals 0.40, then they overlap conceptually by 16%, that is, r squared equals 0.16. One variable explains 16% of what we might know about the other variable. Your goal is to avoid nominal variables, unless they are independent variables like gender. In most cases, you can accomplish this goal by choosing questions that have a range of responses that constitute a continuous measure, either interval or ratio level. Most yes-no questions can be avoided, although you will occasionally be stuck with a nominal outcome. For example, did you vote in the primary cannot be expanded to how often did you vote. To summarize this discussion, the 4 levels really boil down to 2 levels: categories, nominal and ordinal, and continuous variables, interval and ratio. If you can use responses that measure at the continuous level, then the number of sophisticated statistical tools from which to choose is greater.